A single mother and her daughter live together, with the mother busy working as a wedding dress designer and the daughter also has her own problems at hand. Their lives take a turn when the mother is diagnosed with terminal cancer. Spoiler alert. Since her husband's death, Ko-woon has been a single mother who is working as a wedding dress designer. She has a cute little daughter named Sora. One day, Ko-woon's boss Mija tells her that they gave the wrong dress to a client. While dealing with the issue, Sora calls to say she is stuck in the rain. Ko-woon rushes to the school in Tokyo Drift style to pick up Sora and scolds her in the car for not bringing an umbrella. As they return to the client realizes she has forgotten her bouquet. Mija comes to the rescue and throws the bouquet to Ko-woon, but it ends up in Sora's hands. Later, Ko-woon drives Sora to her ballet class. Before dropping her off, she asks Sora to kiss her on the cheek, forehead, and lips. However, Sora is disgusted by people's saliva and declines. As Sora enters the building, she is unwilling because she had a fight with her friend Gina, who is also in the ballet class. Sora hides from Gina and sees Ji-hoon, who is trying to convince his girlfriend not to break up with him but fails miserably. Ji-hoon asks Sora who she is and if she wants to learn Taekyon, a traditional Korean martial art. Sora teases him saying he doesn't have any students and makes Ji-hoon annoyed. Ko-woon and her colleagues eat together after work, and she receives a call from a woman who claims to have located the person she has been searching for. Meanwhile, Sora asks Ji-hoon if she can stay at his place, but he declines. Sora mockingly comments that his girlfriend left him because he is too stingy. Before Ji-hoon can reply, Sora receives a call from her mother asking where she currently is, and lies that she is still in ballet class, making Ji-hoon scoffs at her lie. Sora then leaves him to meet her mother. Ko-woon and Sora enter a woman's apartment, which turns out to be Ko-woon's old friend who had borrowed money from her and ran away. Ko-woon sarcastically compliments her friend's comfortable apartment and tells Sora to lay down on the bed. The woman cannot take it anymore and finally returns the money. Ko-woon takes Sora out for an expensive dinner. Sora asks her mother if she would buy her a new video game and Ko-woon fulfills her request. Back at home, they play the game together and Ko-woon asks Sora if she likes her or the game more, to which Sora innocently answers the game. When Sora comments about the TV being small, Ko-woon immediately buys a new one for her. At night, Ko-woon sneaks into Sora's room and sleeps in her bed. She asks Sora to turn towards her, which she does. In the morning, Ko-woon combs Sora's hair for her. Ko-woon and Sora visit her older brother's home and have breakfast together. Sora's aunt, understanding that Sora dislikes eating from a shared plate, separates the side dishes for her. However, Ko-woon is not pleased with this, afraid Sora will be spoiled and scolds her. At the bridal shop, a couple is looking for a gown. After looking for a while, the girl notices a sketch Ko-woon had drawn earlier in the movie. Ko-woon arrives and is startled to see that the gown they are considering is the one she had designed earlier, and quickly takes the sketch away, claiming it had already been ordered by another customer. Mija takes Ko-woon and speaks with her about the situation, and Ko-woon reveals that the design was intended for Sora. But Mija doesn't believe her. At home, Ko-woon suggests watching a movie together the next day, but Sora informs her that she has a picnic tomorrow and mentions she will be buying gimbap and snacks from a nearby store. Ko-woon offers to make the gimbap for her, but Sora is skeptical, as Ko-woon rarely cooks. Later that night, Ko-woon faces difficulties while attempting to make the gimbap, but it rains and the picnic is cancelled despite Ko-woon's preparations. Ko-woon decides to take Sora to the beach instead, stating that the forecast mentioned that it wasn't raining in that area. While in the car, a song plays on the radio, which Ko-woon reveals to be her favorite, as it was the song Sora's father sang when he proposed to her. Sora compliments her late father for being romantic. They arrive at the beach and spend the day playing, eating lunch, and taking pictures together. Later, they return home and bathe together. Sora complains about soap still being in her hair and asks her mother to rinse it out again. Ko-woon then playfully asks Sora to close her eyes and kisses her on the lips, which surprises Sora. She then tickles Sora and makes her laugh. At her brother's house, her sister and sister-in-law cook together for a family gathering. They start eating as Ko-woon is late. She arrives with Sora and joins the dinner. When they pray together, Ko-woon is feeling unwell, having blurry visions and falls unconscious. She wakes up at the hospital and sees her brother and sister-in-law talking with the front desk, where they were told that Ko-woon has actually been here before. She was diagnosed with stomach cancer but maybe didn't tell her family. Her brother rides her home, and Ko-woon apologizes while saying Sora is not aware of this yet. Her brother stops the car and cries. Outside of school, Sora encounters Ji-hoon who is handing out flyers. When Ji-hoon sees Sora, he asks her to help give flyers to her friends at school, but Sora declines, advising him to add candy to the flyers and enters the school. In the classroom, her friend Gina approaches her and asks why she stopped attending ballet class. She drinks Sora's banana milk knowing she won't drink it again, but Sora brings the milk to Gina and pours it on her meals, saying she can drink it all. While working, Ko-woon asks for time off after finishing the dress, saying she has something to do. Mija allows it while throwing a few words at her. She receives a call from Sora's school and learns that Sora was involved in a fight at school. She mentions that Sora and Gina used to be close friends, until one day Gina drank from Sora's bottle, unintentionally annoyed Sora and embarrassed when she got called a beggar by her. Ko-woon also learns that Sora currently does not have any other friends. Back in his classroom, Ji-hoon scolds his students for playing around instead of practicing. He is surprised when he sees Sora, who is sticking a candy to each flyer. Sora asks Ji-hoon what will happen if a parent is called to the school. Ji-hoon tries to scare her, saying she must be in big trouble, and Sora leaves him. Arriving home, Sora hears vomiting noises coming from the bathroom. Ko-woon comes out and says she just ate too much. At night, Sora asks if Ko-woon is angry, and she says no. Ko-woon is worried and persuades Sora to eat together with her friends, but Sora thinks that it's dirty. She also brings up the topic of kissing and marriage when Sora grows up and mentions that she won't be able to be with her forever as a mother. But Sora says she wants to live alone and she can live without her mom, since Ko-woon is always busy working and rarely at home anyway, saying even her auntie is giving more attention to her. Ko-woon gets angry and tells Sora to just live with her auntie. In her room, Ko-woon holds her mouth and begins to cry, saying she should always be with Sora. Coming out of her room, Sora apologizes and says she just wants to live with her mother forever. Ko-woon comes and hugs Sora with tears. After work, Ko-woon looks for Sora at her ballet class but is informed by one of the kids that she has not been attending. Ko-woon calls Sora on the phone, and she is caught in a lie. The mother and daughter then confront Ji-hoon, whom Ko-woon suspects of pressuring Sora to attend his class for financial gain. Ji-hoon attempts to clear his name and asks for Sora's help, but she betrays him and tells him to admit his wrongdoing. At home, Sora states that she will return to ballet class, but Ko-woon assures her that she doesn't have to if she no longer wants to. Sora mentions she stopped coming because Gina is in the class, and Ko-woon suggests inviting Gina and her classmates to her upcoming birthday party to help reconcile their friendship. However, at her school, Sora is unable to do so. At her birthday party, Sora's mother notices her studying and asks where her friends are. Sora reveals that no one will be coming to her party. Her mother cheers her up and takes her out to celebrate her birthday together, blowing the candles, putting creams on their faces, and even karaoke together. As they're celebrating, her mother asks her if she wants to ride a bike, and Sora replies that she can't. Ko-woon holds the bike steady for her, but Sora struggles to maintain her balance. Exhausted, Ko-woon accidentally calls Sora fatty and it makes her upset. Ko-woon apologizes and encourages her to try again. As they continue, Ko-woon can't keep up with Sora and sits on the ground. Sora is finally able to ride the bike, turns her head, and sees her mother on the ground. Back at home, Sora sees her mother taking a lot of pills. Sora, who is at her aunt's home, asks her aunt to accompany her home. As they walk, Sora mentions her mom has been taking a lot of pills and asks if her mom is currently sick. Her aunt remains silent and Sora realizes that it must be quite serious. Her aunt tries to reassure her, saying her mother will recover soon and she shouldn't worry. But Sora figures she is lying, that she knows how many pills her mother takes and how big the hospital her mother has been going to. Sora musters her courage and asks if her mother is going to die. As her aunt is unable to answer, Sora asks when her mother will die, to which her aunt responds that she still doesn't know yet. The next morning, Sora starts combing her own hair and says goodbye to her mother, who is in the bathroom before leaving for school. As she leaves, she finally starts to cry. After school, Sora is caught in the rain again, but this time, she tries to walk through it when her mother suddenly appears with an umbrella and walks her home. Sora accompanies her mother while she works overtime. When her mother tells her to sleep, Sora declines, saying she wouldn't be able to see her mom when she closes her eyes. Sora then asks her mother why she didn't wear a wedding dress when they got married. Her mother explains that they didn't have a lot of money and her father had found a nice dress to replace it. Sora then asks if her mother would like to wear a wedding dress right now. Ko-woon wears a wedding dress with Sora wearing a black suit. Sora reaches out her hand like a gentleman, leading her mother, and they dance round and round together with such happy faces through the night. Sora attempts to enter her ballet class when Ji-hoon approaches her and calls her a traitor but then treats her to ice cream. Sora mentions that her mother was not angry about the fight at school and asks Ji-hoon if he has ever been to a radio station, because she wants to request a song on the radio. The next day, Ko-woon is walking Sora to school. Along the way, Sora asks if she can skip school because she wants to spend the day with her mom, and Ko-woon agrees. They end up taking a nap together, during which Sora has a dream where she is playing on the beach but her mother suddenly disappears. She wakes up and checks her mother's breathing. At work, Ko-woon reveals to Mija that she wants to quit. When Mija asks the reason, Ko-woon says she has somewhere else to go. Mija is frustrated and asks her where her new job will be, and she says she is going to meet Sora's father. Mija is speechless, frustrated in disbelief, She tells Ko-woon to leave, saying she is fired. Back at her aunt's house, Sora tells her mother that she wants them to live there and helps to carry their bags. Mija enters Ko-woon's apartment and sets up a mannequin. She then makes the dress that Ko-woon had designed earlier for Sora and cries while doing it. Ko-woon comes back and is touched by what Mija does. Meeting her sister mentions that Sora should live with her after asking her if Sora is the recipient of Ko-woon's life insurance. At night, Ko-woon confides to her sister-in-law about what her sister said this morning. Her sister-in-law visits her sister and slaps her in the face while lashing out at how heartless she is. At her home, Ko-woon opens a photo album filled with pictures of her and Sora and cries while hugging the album. During dinner, Sora's cousin comments on her needing to eat separately. Sora calls him a fussy boy, which makes him angry, and he puts his spoon at her soup and plate. Ko-woon's brother scolds his son, and her sister-in-law prepares a new plate for Sora. But Ko-woon insists that Sora eat the food and Sora declines. Ko-woon takes Sora with her and scolds her, asking who will want to live with her if she acts this way. Sora shouts "my mother" and cries, saying that her mother will always be with her. She adds that she hates it when she receives the video game, but her mother is not there to play with her. Ko-woon apologizes to Sora, hugs her, and tells her that she will always be with her. One night, Ko-woon collapses again and is brought to the hospital. At the hospital, Sora remembers what her mother told her when she asked her what her wishes are, which is to see Sora play with her friends and watch her dance ballet. Mija visits Ko-woon and brings her pictures of the update of the dress she made. Sora speaks with her ballet teacher and begs to be let back in, promising to do her best to catch up. Ko-woon's doctor informs her that her cancer has spread to her brain and might cause her to become blind. At school, Sora approaches Gina and gives her a gift. She takes the juice box from Gina and drinks it, while also apologizing for calling her a beggar. At the hospital, Sora visits her mother and brings her friends together with her, telling her mom that these are all her friends and introducing Gina to her. Sora continues to train hard in ballet. Ko-woon's sister visits her and brings her flowers, apologizing to Ko-woon and holding her hand. Ko-woon gets emotional and holds her hand back. Mija brings ballet costumes for Sora and her friends and helps Sora put on her dress, pinning a blue corsage to her dress. Sora says that it's not allowed, but Mija tells her it will help her mother to spot her on stage. When Sora and her friends perform, Mija whispers to Ko-woon that the one with the blue corsage is Sora. Ko-woon focuses her eyes on Sora and is incredibly proud of her daughter. At night, Sora sleeps with her mother. Ko-woon compliments Sora, saying she is so beautiful today. As Sora sleeps, the radio announces a postcard they received from a little girl named Sora, who requested to play Ko-woon's favorite song. In the message, Sora says how proud she is to have a mother like Ko-woon, apologizes for always complaining about her cooking, and expresses that she is her favorite person. She also mentions that she wants to be sick instead of her mother and that she will do the cooking and cleaning so her mother can just stay by her side. Ko-woon says in her heart that Sora is such a blessing to her. Sora wakes up and takes a look at her mother, requesting to skip school again, saying she wants to spend the day with her mother again. She goes outside and guards the door. When the doctors come, Sora prevents them from entering, saying her mother is sleeping. When the doctors force their way in, Sora cries, shouting "Don't take my mother from me." Her aunt and uncle also arrive at the scene. In the classroom, Sora looks at the rainy day. After school, she stops before the rain, brings out her yellow umbrella, and walks confidently through the rain. Leave a like if you enjoy the video, and subscribe for more videos like this.